This project went from being a simple plasma build to something a bit more, not so much just plasma build. Pretty much this project's at a standstill because I was going to use belts for the X and Y axis. Yeah, I had a wee accident and I bought some 20mm ball screws. So yeah, gonna have ball screws on this, and eventually I'll probably upgrade from the NEMA 23s. But the idea behind this is build the frame a bit stronger. They're now 150 by 50 by 6, 50 by 50 by 5 mid rails, and then using the 75 by 75 by 50 by 3 that were the original. It's also gotten longer and bigger, so I've added a bit of extra here so that I can, if I bring this to the end, I get the full amount of linear rail, whereas before the rails were 1500 and the linear rails were also 1500. Now they're a bit longer so that I can get the full travel out of what's left of the linear rail, minus obviously the block width. Beefed up the structure with putting all the bracing and stuff in. We'll be getting rid of the belts, like I mentioned before, which will make this whole thing a lot more rigid. I'm hoping to be able to put a spindle on this and be able to machine much longer parts. So it's basically now going to be a removable plasma table, water pan, and then I'll be able to remove essentially the plasma head off of this, and then I'll be able to put I'm thinking like a 2.2 kilowatt spindle motor on this machine, so I'll be able to machine really long parts. Yeah, so we'll go back in time. I'll show you how I built the rail up, make it stronger. I ended up having to use the digger to bend the rail straight again because it was a bit bowed from where I did all the welding on it. Now the rail's pretty much dead straight. It's within probably, I don't know, 0.5 millimeter over the 1500 length. Pretty happy with that. When the belts aren't on, this rolls really smooth, but at the moment I've got the belts on there, so it's a bit tighter. This stepper motor will obviously come off and will go on the back side, and then the ball screw will run across the back, and then I'll have ball screws on each side with limit switches so that it'll stop the racking. It doesn't have much racking in it because this is also rigid, and I plan on boxing these in, and I might even go down the path of filling all of this with epoxy resin as well, just to dampen a bit of the vibrations and things. Obviously box sections are pretty ringy, so yeah, try and eliminate a bit of that. I've welded a 150 by 3mm piece of sheet metal across the back side. It also has a lip. I'll show you that soon, and that's so that it stops a bit of the twisting, and then the cross bracing in here is to stop any up and down movement basically. So yeah, the machine itself is mostly done. I've got a bit of welding left to do on that, but yeah, we'll cut to back in time and we'll go and look at how I built this. A bit of it I didn't film because it's just, I mean, you've all seen cutting with a grinder before. I filmed a bit of the welding. Sweet, so we're back here working on the plasma cutter. This is where we've got so far. Got a bit of a Y-axis thing happening. 40 by 40 box sections for the X-axis. Got the 12mm, 15mm rails to go on. So there'll be 1, 2. And just cut these plates out, so they're going to go in here, sort of box that in a bit, give it a wee bit more strength, and then yeah, hopefully that'll stop a wee bit of this racking that I've got going on, because at the moment I've got a wee gap here, so it's a bit flimsy. It's only running on this back part of the 3mm plate, so cut these out, yeah, tack them in, one on each side, one there, one for in there, and that'll box that up and make it a bit stronger. Oh yeah, that's stiffened that up heaps just even by just tacking it on there. So I might just do like a few tacks on it, because obviously being a plasma cutter, it's not like it's going to be overly a lot of load, or if any. So that's, I guess, one thing to think about when building a plasma cutter. If the cutting loads on a plasma cutter are bugger all really, because you're just running a torch around, so you've only really got the weight of the actual gantry moving and the weight of the Z carriage, and that's about it for the weight really. So yeah. That was way too fast. Anyway, moving on. $12mm end mill. We might just slow that down a bit to like 50%. There it is. It is chewing the metal. That was a very sick end mill to begin with. It had 2 flutes missing because I'd crashed it previously. I think that was part of this video. Let's see what we get out of it, eh? Should be doing a finishing pass now. Ooh. That right there, guys, is a absolutely beautiful fit. Bit of deburring on that and we'll be away laughing. Rightio, so we've machined the part. Turned out pretty well, but yeah, you would have seen on the video my feeds for the drilling was a bit high. So lesson learnt on that. But basically, yeah, the stepper motor will go on there, and then that's going to be welded onto there, and then the belt will come over and along and mount onto here somewhere on each end, and then that's that x-axis sort of all buttoned up. So we'll tack this all on now, and then I'll screw this onto the actual bracket itself, and then once that's done, then I can work out where I want to do the mounts and like the tensioner and stuff like that for the belts. Yeah, so tack that on now and go from there. Just realised what the comments are probably going to be down below. Using my gloves on the linear rails instead of on my hands. Oh well. What would the internet be without people telling me how I'm doing things wrong? Cool, right, well that's that welded on there. So I guess we'll go ahead and bolt that stepper motor on there. So this is a NEMA 23 stepper motor. That's it there. Comment down below if you are a real engineer and I'm doing things wrong. Be interesting to know. But I suppose at the end of the day, I've already made this, so you commenting's not going to help me much right now while I'm filming this, but it's all good. The comments are appreciated anyway. So as you can see, the motor, it's all mounted onto the gantry now. Beautiful. I think these holes here, something went a bit wrong because these ones here seem to line up and then these ones here go a bit out, so I think the drill bit might have been walking a bit. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at the moment. So I'll probably do a little bit more welding on this part. I might even box it in and then cut out maybe in the side here. So I can still get access to the 4 linear rail bolts. And yeah, I've still got to do the... I'm probably going to do this actually, because this is quite a good idea. It's nice and strong. I'm just doing sort of hefty tacks on things, as you can see. I don't particularly want to go and do too much welding on it. If I can avoid it, like, you know, these points here, I might just put a little bit more of a thicker weld on it and hopefully that won't pull my box sections too much, because they're only a 40 by 40 by 3, I believe. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Pretty happy with that. Right, I'll do some figuring out and bring you back. Yeah, so far this is where I'm at. I've tried to tie together these 2 beams for a bit more strength. I've got a piece of 3mm sheet metal I'm going to put on the back and sort of tack along it. Got another upright to go here and at that end, at where the 1500 finishes, because it's just short, about 40mm on each end, which is a bugger, but it's all good. So I think the plan is I'm going to weld. I've taken obviously the rails and everything off, just so I can weld it properly, but I'm going to try and sort of skip around, say do a weld here, a weld on the back here, top. But I think I'm only going to weld it along this way, because I want to stop sort of the bending of the actual thing, because I know I'm building a plasma, but the ADHD kicked in and I think I'm going to make it so that I can also mount like a spindle motor on here as well, make it a large size sort of a router. So I'm trying to beef up the gantry part, and then I think I'll have to box these in a bit more and maybe beef all that up a little bit more as well. I'll do a bit of welding, jump around, let it cool, and yeah, then once this back part is welded, then I can sort of flush these welds off a little bit more and get that 3mm sheet metal on there, and then I think I'll just do like say a 30mm stitch weld or 25mm stitch weld there, go across 100 and then do the bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Try and box it in so it's like almost a box as well, and maybe put something maybe 75mm this side as well to box the front in, make it sort of quite a rigid, sort of a strong beam. At the moment, it's really stiff now. I'm pretty straight and parallel with both of these sides, and where I've tacked it and when I had the rails on, it ran across still really nicely. So I'm hoping that I can weld all this up, and then I've only done basically the end screws, the middle screws on this beam. So then when I go through and actually mount that linear rail properly, I'll be able to, I'll be able to get like the top rail straight, and then use the piece that I've made, and then get these bottom rails parallel with that top rail. And then I'm hoping that there'll be enough adjustability in it to be able to make it run really nicely. Yeah, so that's the plan. I'll chuck on the hood, welding mask, and start doing a bit of welding on these back sides and the front side, jump around a bit, I'll stop, let it cool. So I guess I'll get a little bit of footage of a little bit of the welding, but yeah, I mean, you guys have all seen welding on YouTube before, so once I've got it all welded, I'll come back and I'll show you the welds and things like that, so you can comment down below how bad my welds are, and also comment down below whether all of this was a good idea or bad idea. Like I say, using scrap metal, winging it, not an engineer, making it up, making triangles, and hoping for the best. So yeah, we'll crack into a bit of welding and then go from there. All right, well, there you go. You're all caught up to where I am today. We've got the new frame. All this seems to be welded. Probably gonna look at putting some epoxy in here, but yeah, that'll be in the next video. So thanks for watching, and hope to see you in the next one.